Good afternoon from the KUOW newsroom. This is Seattle Now. I'm Patricia Murphy with a roundup of today's top stories. It's Wednesday, September 17th. A Bothell principal's social media post about Charlie Kirk's murder is now under investigation. District officials say a third party will investigate following standard procedure. Eilish O'Neill reports.
Eric McDowell has been the principal of North Creek High School in Bothell for about a decade. His Instagram post, which has since been taken down, said gun control is more effective than thoughts and prayers, and with sufficient gun control, Charlie Kirk would still be alive. After backlash on right-wing media sites, McDowell wrote to families and staff on Sunday saying he would step away for the time being. The district says it launched the investigation in response to formal complaints. It's received 30 emails and phone calls, as well as more than 60 anonymous comments about the matter, but some of those could have been from the same people. Some of the comments have been complaints, but others have been supportive of the principal. Vice President J.D. Vance and other high-profile politicians have called for people who make disparaging comments about Charlie Kirk on social media to be fired. Eilish O'Neill, KUOW News.
Social service providers are proposing a new public safety plan for the Chinatown International District. It recommends state and local officials increase police presence and invest in projects like tiny homes. The plan was created by the nonprofit Low Income Housing Institute and others. Sharon Lee is Lehigh's executive director.
We know that when people get into a tiny house or a shelter, they don't return because they have food, they have counseling, they have services, and they're on a different pathway to recovery and moving into permanent housing.
The plan is intended to address drug use and other illicit activity in the neighborhood's Little Saigon area. Natalie Walton Anderson is with the mayor's office. She says the city has focused on improving public safety there and that crime is down.
Comparing August of 2024 to August of 2025, there's been a 24% decrease in all of 911 calls in Little Saigon, a 32% decrease in thefts, and a 60% decrease in robberies.
Supporters of the plan are also pushing for more police patrols. They're calling on Seattle and King County officials to include some of their ideas in upcoming budget talks. The University of Washington broke ground today on a renovation of a historic campus landmark. As Noelle Gasca reports, the ASUW Shell House has become a tribute to the school's rowing program, including the team that won the Olympic gold in 1936.
Daniel James Brown, the author of the best-selling book The Boys in the Boat, says he was never able to get into the Shell House until after his book was written. He relied on photos for his research. He snuck into the building one day, and even though he was only there for a few minutes before getting kicked out, he was blown away.
When you're inside, it's a little like being in a cathedral, the way the light comes in through the overhead windows. And knowing the history as well as I did at that point and appreciating what these guys had done, I just had this sense of awe and appreciation and reverence. So it was pretty moving for me, actually.
The University of Washington estimates the project will cost $22.5 million. Construction is expected to wrap up in the winter of 2026. Noelle Gasca, KUOW News.
Seattle City Council President Sarah Nelson and challenger Dion Foster are vying for the citywide Position 9 City Council seat in the November general election. Rainier Avenue Radio hosted their first post-primary debate Monday night. The two sparred over a recent City Council vote to expand the use of CCTV crime cameras. Foster says she's concerned about public safety, but that she would have opposed the measure.
We've seen that the federal government has come in and gotten access to information that they were not supposed to have.
Nelson countered that video access is only triggered in an emergency, and she and others on the council believe the system supports public safety.
It was really Councilmember Juarez who had the mic drop when she looked out at the audience and said, "You all are worried about a data breach, a hypothetical data breach. I'm worried about my people dying."
Foster won 58% of the primary vote to Nelson's 35%. The full debate is available at Rainier Avenue Radio's website. The Seattle Storm rallied to a huge win last night in the WNBA playoffs. They were underdogs up against the Las Vegas Aces, who won 17 games in a row, but the Storm toppled the Aces in the final seconds of the game.
And a chance for the Storm to tie. Malonga running the floor. Got it and one!
19-year-old Dominique Malonga had one of the critical final baskets in the 86-83 victory. Team leaders credit their rebounding, and guard Skylar Diggins thanked the home court fans in Seattle.
I was yelling all night at them because it was so loud in here I couldn't hear myself. But definitely the Storm Crazies have been very supportive of us all year. And in the biggest moment where we needed them to be, they were the loudest.
The deciding Game 3 is tomorrow night in Vegas, with the winner headed to the semifinals. Companies that make athletic shoes are wrestling with steep tariffs under the Trump administration's trade policy, but that hasn't stopped one Seattle running company from hitting its stride. Monica Nicholsberg reports.
Brooks Running's flagship store in Fremont has become more than just a place to buy sneakers. It also hosts a running club 2 days a week.
Running's hot right now, which is great for business, but also great for group run and community.
That's Michael Eaton. He manages the store and leads the running club. Running is having a moment, especially among Gen Z. Record numbers of young people are signing up for marathons around the world. And Brooks says that's helped to insulate it from tariffs, to a degree. Despite paying a 40% tariff on shoes, Brooks has only raised prices by about 2%. But it's not clear how long the running industry can resist tariff headwinds. Brooks is planning another price hike next year. Monica Nicholsberg, KUOW News.
A tiny powerhouse of the ocean appears to be less resilient in the face of rising temperatures than previously thought. Researchers at the University of Washington have published new findings about a single-celled microbe that's at the very base of the marine food web. KNKX environment reporter Bellamy Palethorpe has the story.
Prochlorococcus is the smallest and most abundant photosynthesizing organism in the ocean. Researchers say its health could affect everything from the tiniest fish to the largest whales. It thrives in the tropics. Till now, scientists had studied it mostly in labs. But when UW oceanographers tracked the microbe at sea with new instruments, they found it dies off if the water gets hotter than 86 degrees. Francois Ribolet is the lead author of the new study.
We didn't know that we would find stressed Prochlorococcus in warm waters. They have been in these warm waters for hundreds, millions of years. And so it was quite a shock.
Their computer models estimate anywhere from 20 to 50% of the global population of Prochlorococcus could die off because of global warming. I'm Bellamy Palethorpe reporting.
And finally today, literary awards. A novel about the opium trade in Tacoma, A Guide to Fighting Oppression, and others took home the Washington State Book Awards yesterday. The Washington Center for the Book announced the winners in 7 categories. Some of them include Feeding Ghosts, a graphic memoir by Tussa Hulse for creative nonfiction. The Best Fiction winner went to Rough Trade by Katrina Carrasco, and for general nonfiction, Be a Revolution by Ijeoma Oluo. You can find the complete list of winners at WashingtonCenterForTheBook.org. Next time on Seattle Now, the Seattle Symphony has a new music director. She's been all around the world, but loves the crowds here.
I find the audience here, they're extremely warm. I have to say it's really enjoyable as a performer to be performing for this wonderful group.
Hear more from Xian Zhang Thursday morning. And that's all for today. From the KUOW Newsroom in Seattle, our producer is Andy Hurst, and I'm Patricia Murphy. Seattle Now and KUOW are members of the NPR network. See you tomorrow.